was incredibly disappointing. The challenge, we have got to change our challenge rules, and the officials doing the game should have a third party, because that was not a foul.
After she gets the ball and kind of travels, then it looks like this Liberty player is going straight up with it. Elena Smith is not touching her at all. She has two fingers that look like slightly tapping the ball. Her body isn't touching Breanna Stewart. Her arm isn't touching Breanna Stewart. There was clearly zero contact here.
Did you see what just happened in the WNBA Finals? Cheryl Reeve, the coach of the Minnesota Lynx, just dropped a bomb that's shaking the whole league. She's saying the finals are rigged. Can you believe it? But here's the crazy part. She's got proof. We're talking about numbers that don't add up, calls that make no sense, and even LeBron James is backing her up. This isn't just about one game. It's about the future of women's basketball. You need to see this. Picture this. 6 seconds left on the clock, Liberty down by 2, and the crowd's going absolutely wild.
Last night's WNBA Finals game was absolutely rigged, and there is so much proof. What a terrible way to end this WNBA season. Breanna Stewart gets the ball here. She turns around and kind of just chucks it up to the basket. So this was called a foul. LeBron James tweeted, he said, "I'm sorry, but that wasn't a foul. Let the damn players dictate the outcome of a close, battled, tested game."
The energy in the arena is electric. You can feel the tension in the air. It's do or die for New York. Breanna Stewart's got the ball. Everyone's holding their breath. This is what superstars are made for, right? The crowd's on their feet, eyes glued to Stewart. She's got that look in her eye, you know the one, where greatness is about to happen. Stewart starts her drive. She's weaving through defenders like they're not even there. She goes up for the shot and then BAM! Whistle. The refs are calling a foul. The arena erupts. Half the crowd's cheering, the other half's losing their minds. But let's break this down step by step. Did you see what I saw? Stewart catches the ball at the three-point line. She takes a dribble, then another. So far, so good. But then things get weird. She picks up her dribble and starts moving. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Wait, what? Here's the crazy part. Stewart took like 4 or 5 steps without dribbling.
But when you challenge something and you challenge a play that basically has the power to change the outcome of arguably the most important game, but here is the reasoning as to why they didn't overturn this foul. So this is what the ref said.
Breanna Smith is not in a legal guarding position. Therefore, Stewart will be shooting 2 free throws. And Minnesota will lose their timeout.
After seeing not only the travel that came before it, but then also the no contact when she went up with the ball, like, it's crazy.
That's a travel in any league, any day of the week. How did the refs miss that? It's not like it was subtle. She was practically doing a waltz out there. But wait, it gets worse. Let's talk about that foul call. You know how sometimes you need slow-mo replay to see the contact? Not this time. There was barely any contact at all. Stewart goes up, the defender's arms are straight up, and suddenly we're hearing whistles? Come on. You'd think with a call this big, this controversial, the refs might take a second look. Nope, they stick to their guns. Stewart steps up to the line, cool as ice, sinks both free throws. Just like that, the game's tied. The Liberty bench is going crazy. Their fans are losing it.
That isn't called often, not in legal guarding position. And the funniest thing is that the commentators that were calling this game didn't even go into detail and talk about like what that actually means. So obviously the game went into overtime and the Liberty came out with the victory and they won their first championship ever in the history of Liberty basketball. Damian Lillard said the refs called this game like they knew the assignment in the second half. Boy, great game. And then Isaiah Thomas tweeted, they low-key cheated for New York, but I get it, LOL.
On the other side, you've got players with their hands on their heads, coaches screaming at the refs. It's absolute chaos. But you won't believe what happened next. Just when you think things can't get any crazier, they do. The final seconds tick down and, well, I don't want to spoil it. Let's just say, if you thought the controversy ended with Stewart's free throws, you're in for a shock. This call didn't just change the game, it might have changed the whole series. And you know what? It's about to spark a firestorm that'll have the whole basketball world talking. Cheryl Reeve, she's just getting started. You know those post-game interviews where coaches try to play it cool? Yeah, this isn't one of those. Cheryl Reeve steps up to the mic, and at first it seems like business as usual. But then she says something that makes everyone's jaw hit the floor. The refs? The league? Nobody's safe from what comes next. Reeve starts off calm, talking about how physical the game was. I saw a very physical and aggressive New York team, she says, setting the stage. But you can feel the tension building. It's like watching a storm roll in. You know something big is coming. Then boom! Reeve drops the hammer. She doesn't just criticize the refs, she straight up accuses them of ruining the series. It's a shame that officiating had such a hand in a series like this, she says, fire in her eyes. This isn't your typical coach's grumbling. Reeve's going all out, and she's got the receipts to back it up. She starts connecting dots, bringing up past controversies. Remember the 2016 championship? Reeve does, and she's not letting it go. That's tough to swallow, just like our 2016 championship, she says, talking about how missed calls changed everything back then. It's like she's been keeping score, and now she's laying it all out. But here's where it gets really wild. Reeve pulls out a stat that'll make your head spin. The free throw disparity in this game, it's insane. The Liberty shot 25 free throws. The Lynx? Only 8. Reeve's not mincing words. She flat out asks how that could be considered fair. And you know what? She's got a point. This isn't just Reeve blowing off steam. She's on a mission. She's demanding changes to the challenge rules, saying, "We have got to change our challenge rules, and the officials doing the game should have a third party." She's not just complaining, she's offering solutions. That's how you know she means business. Reeve's words spread like wildfire. WNBA Twitter explodes. Fans, players, even other coaches are weighing in. Some are calling it a full-on assault on the officiating in the league. And you know what? They're not wrong. Reeve just took a wrecking ball to the whole system. But here's the kicker. This is just the beginning. Reeve's opened Pandora's box, and now everyone's got questions. What else has been going on behind the scenes? How deep does this go? And most importantly, what's going to happen next? Buckle up, folks. Cheryl Reeve just lit the fuse on a powder keg, and the basketball world is about to blow wide open. The league can't ignore this. The fans won't let them. And Reeve? She's just getting started. This story's far from over, and you won't believe where it goes next. You thought Reeve's words were explosive? That was just the warm-up. The real fireworks started when the internet detectives got involved. Suddenly, every fan became Sherlock Holmes, and they were finding clues in the wildest places. Like, have you ever thought a dress could start a conspiracy theory? Fans aren't buying the official story, not even a little bit. They're digging deeper, and let me tell you, they're finding some crazy stuff. Social media's blowing up with conspiracy theories left and right. It's like everyone's got their own take on what really went down. But here's where it gets wild. People aren't just looking at this one game. They're finding patterns across the whole series. It's like they've got a giant conspiracy board with red string connecting all these dots. Free throw disparities, questionable calls, convenient timeouts. Fans are saying it all adds up to something fishy. Now get this. You won't believe what fans are analyzing next. The commissioner's outfit. I'm not kidding. They're zooming in on her dress from the trophy presentation, and what do they see? The New York skyline. Fans are going nuts, saying this proves the league wanted New York to win all along. It's like fashion meets basketball meets CSI. And it's not just random fans on Twitter. Big names are getting involved. NBA stars like LeBron James and Damian Lillard are speaking up. When guys like that start chiming in, you know it's serious. They're asking questions, demanding answers. It's like the whole basketball world is watching this unfold. Meanwhile, the WNBA's strategy? Radio silence. They're not saying a word. And let me tell you, that's only making things worse. It's like throwing gasoline on the fire. The longer they stay quiet, the more people think they've got something to hide. But here's the real question we need to ask. What's at stake for women's basketball? This isn't just about one game or one series. We're talking about the credibility of the entire league. Fans are starting to wonder if they can trust what they're seeing on the court. Think about it. The WNBA's been fighting for respect and recognition for years. They finally get this massive spotlight, their highest-rated finals in 20 years, and now this happens. It's like they took 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. So where do we go from here? The ball's in the WNBA's court now. They've got to address this, and fast. Because right now, every fan's turned detective, and they're not going to stop until they get answers. The future of women's basketball might just depend on it. All right, this whole WNBA controversy, it's way bigger than just basketball. We're talking about the future of women's sports here. Think about it. What happens next could shake up professional sports forever. Cheryl Reeve's not backing down. She's calling for some serious changes, like bringing in third-party oversight for officials, That's huge. It's not just about fixing one bad call, it's about making sure the whole system's fair. The WNBA's got a choice to make. They can ignore this and hope it blows over, or they can step up and make real changes. Word is, there are some big meetings coming up where they might address all this. But here's the thing. Whatever they do, it's gonna send a message, not just to WNBA fans, but to every women's sport out there. The ball's in their court now. What are they gonna do with it?